Here's how we can use any mobile app to hunt the wind effectively and have some better luck hunting. And this is how I did it last week for when I got my doe. So to start off with, I scout my hunt on just a standard map and take a look through and look for obvious pinch points. This is my real hunting spot, and this is a real hunt we're going to plan today. So I find some cool looking pinch points here, and I label them on the map. And that's just to give myself options for depending on what the wind conditions are going to be. And it's easy to quickly cycle through, and I usually look at the topographic maps and compare them to the satellite images and just make sure I've got a decent idea. That's all we're looking for here, is a decent idea of what our hunting ground is going to be. We've got our spots marked, and then we're going to go ahead and plan our hunt. This is going to depend on the app you're using, whether you have AI planning like I do here. Go ahead and plan the entire hunt, which I've already done just to save some time. This is a hunt for day after tomorrow, and this is the location we just looked at. So we've got some very interesting information on what to expect there, and game movement to see whether that lines up with what we thought and when to expect the movement. So moving from the ag fields back to the bedding, of course, that's where we marked those pinch points. And yeah, all kinds of good information. In this case on X Hunt, we can ask, what else should we know about that area? And there might be something that we didn't anticipate, that the AI knows basically everything, the sum of human knowledge on all these areas. So we'll give it a chance to just see whether there's something we should know. So some interesting info on the topography, the different hedgerows. Overall north-northwest wind, I can tell you that is 100% accurate. That is my favorite wind to hunt this spot. And strong edge transition travel, absolutely bang on. So nothing really there that's going to help us with our wind. Let's get to it. We want to go to our weather map, and this hunt is 2 days from now, right? So this is today and now, and we can move ahead in time and we start checking our wind forecast. So we'll do October 28th, and you can see we're going to get a really strong east wind right around our morning hunt, and it's going to pick up stronger and stronger and stronger through the day. And that jives with the weather reporting I've seen for that day. We can check out our temp, but that doesn't really matter. What matters to me is our pressure. So I'd like to know if we have a low coming in and around this time, or whether we're in a high pressure. And we are in a high pressure zone for the foreseeable future. Nothing interesting there. Matters or can I expect any rain or anything? And yeah, nothing. Clear forecast, beautiful forecast for the week. Not so great for deer movement, but you never know. And we'll just double verify that with, yeah, east wind, east wind, east wind, east wind, east wind. Okay, now we know what we can expect. So let's scout this area. Let's go out there today and get an idea of what's going on. And I would like to go out there this afternoon. And if you have a tool like this with a scout overlay, what it's used for is to get an idea of what interesting topographies are in the area. And there's all of our pinch points, and you'll see the flashlight effect here in X Hunt. That is to guide you what direction to go if you're physically scouting this area, so that if you bump a deer, you're going to bump it from downwind. Odds are it's just going to hear you, and it's only going to soft spook and head deeper. No big deal. That'll be fine for our hunt in 2 days. So we can see these highlighted edge zones. That's where we can expect deer to be, on the edge of the ag, and my pinch point that I marked there. So what I'd like to do today is just come through. I'm going to approach from down here, and I'm going to take a look through and just see what we see. And then what we'll do is we'll mark our map some more. If we'll find some scrapes and rubs and things, surely we're going to find something. And we can also check our 3D map if you're in an area with actual topography. It's pretty flat here in Ontario, but if you're in a mountainous area or anything like that, you can spin around and do the 3D view and see what you see. And you can also do highlight the leeward or south facing in XHunt. And that's pretty handy to know because those will be spots that'll be of great interest. That's where deer tend to hang out. Not so much here, pretty flat land here. Okay, so let's say we did our scan. Let's say these pinch points stand, and what we're interested in is, say, this pinch point here. Let's say it ended up being the king. That's the spot I want to go and hunt for the winds that day. What we can do is the day of the hunt, what you can do is plan your approach for the wind. We've already not spooked the deer. We have an idea where we're going, and we can use our approach plate here in XHunt, or other apps will have something similar. And the green means that is where we can approach from safely, and the deer won't wind us. So if we're interested in that pinch point there, and our entry is actually from up here, so we'd want to come in something like this to that area, and that'll be our approach. You simply just put the crosshairs on the map and try and approach from green. Stay out of the yellow in case it's turbulent air, and we can get up close. We'll sneak in behind. We'll come in through this bush here and probably either cross over here or cross over here and skirt around inside, or just straight diagonal through. And I'm going to park my butt right there. And I'm going to be just inside the bush, where I'm going to have line of sight to all of this edge here and this beautiful little pinch point. And I think we might have some luck. And that's how we can come in, and we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to do for this hunt. And we already have our markers. We have our approach. When we go in, we can simply use our nav mode. This is going to snap back to my other location, and we can just follow our nav mode in and follow our markers. No problem. So pretty cool. That's how I use a mobile app to plan for the wind and a real forecast. And this is a real hunt that we're going to go on October 28th. 2 days until my hunt, and we're going to keep an eye on this. What I'll do is I'll refresh this report right before the hunt day. Cheers, guys. Hope this helps.